Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name's Mads and I create bookish content here on YouTube as well as over on Instagram and TikTok. In today's video, you're going to be spending the weekend with me. We have already been to the gym as well as over to the deli to pick up some snacks. I just took a shower and now I'm going to read a little, and later we're going to go to Barnes & Noble in Union Square, the largest Barnes & Noble in the world, I believe, and then we're going to go out to dinner. I am currently reading The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. Let's see, I'm on page 272. I'm actually in the middle of a chapter. It's quite a long chapter, so I couldn't finish it before bed last night. But I'm really liking this book so far, and I hope to finish today. I don't have that much left. And then after I finish that book, I'm going to pick up and finish, because I need to finish it before the end of the month, Onyx Storm. This book is taking me weeks to read. It kind of put me in a slump, and that this book really just got me out of. And on this book, I'm on chapter 28, page 241. So I don't think I'm not even halfway. Quite a bit to go. So yeah, I'm going to read a little. We have to leave in around an hour before we have to go to Barnes & Noble to do some shopping. So I'm going to read a little bit of that now, and then we will pick up at Barnes & Noble. Happy Sunday, everyone. It is late afternoon now, and I spent the morning doing some laundry, cleaning up a little bit, and reading. I finished The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith, and I rated it 4 stars. Though I really did enjoy this book, and it helped get me out of my Onyx Storm slump. Um, it moved a little bit too fast. Like I felt like things were happening at a times 20 speed. And I feel like if she had just added 100 pages to this book, it would have felt less rushed. It is a duology, which I did not know. I thought like it was a standalone. So the ending was shocking to me because I thought it was going to wrap up, but it left it pretty much wide open for the next book. 4 stars seems right. I feel like I'm trying to be less giving with my stars because I usually if I like it, it's like a 5 star. So I'm trying to be more, have a more thought out review in mind when I am giving a star rating. So 4 feels right. This morning I spent a large portion of the time reading Onyx Storm. Oh my god. This book is putting me in such a slump, and I'm like trying to finish. This is how much I have left. I'm on page 365. So quite a bit to go. But I would say I read like 120 pages so far today, which is pretty good. And I still have a decent amount to go, but I feel like I can finish it today if I dedicate a few more hours to it. I don't really have my feelings towards this book. I'm not really liking it. I would say it has definitely picked up. Getting through the first 45% was rough, and I really thought I was just going to DNF it. But I pushed through. It is definitely easier to read, and like I'm starting to enjoy it more. However, this is definitely like my least favorite of the 3 so far. Okay, so now let's talk about all the books that I purchased at Barnes & Noble. I have 2 huge bags full, and I'm just going to go through these like rapid fire because as you know, my last video, I don't really like giving synopses of books. I just buy them if, I hear good things, and then I kind of like going in blind. So let's just go through this quickly. I picked up Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. I picked this up because I should have picked up the whole series because Brynne Weaver had recently went to Barnes and Noble and signed a lot of her books. She was doing like a midnight release party for Scythe and Sparrow. Oh, such pretty art. Pretty. And I saw that this was on a table signed. Here we go. And I thought, might as well just pick it up. And on the table next to it was Leather and Lark and Butcher and Blackbird. So I decided just to pick them all up so I could have the full series. So I got those. The next book I got is Not Another Love Song by Julie Soto. I also got Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. If you haven't read either of these books, holy crap, Not Another Love Song I read this month, and this is a 6-star read for me, and I had to pick it up even though I did just order this from Book Outlet, but I wanted to pick this edition up because it's signed and I loved this book. I highly, highly recommend this book. And I read Forget Me Not, I believe last year. I loved it, and it was also signed. I think it was signed in a different ink. So, had to pick those up. Love, love, love. The next 2 books I picked up were Lightlark and Nightbane by Alex Astor. I have not yet read this series. I hear really great things about it, and I wanted to pick up these 2 because they are signed. Alex Astor recently went to Barnes & Noble for the release of her new book, Somewhere in the City, and I guess she went around and signed a lot of the books that were in stock. So I had to pick these up. So, because if I love this one, I'm going to want to read this one, and then I'll be upset if I didn't get this one signed when it was available. So I'm happy I got those. And then I picked up A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. Sorry for my bad pronunciation. But I picked this one up, obviously, because it's signed, and I don't know what I've heard about this book. This book has been around because all the editions, I mean, the whole series is out. There are two other books in this series, so I believe it's a trilogy. But since I saw a signed copy, I thought might as well pick this up and give it a try. And then the next two books I got are from Kristen Hanna. I picked up The Nightingale and The Great Alone. And I love how chunky and beautiful these paperbacks are. But I have heard nothing but amazing, beautiful things about Kristen Hanna, so I'm very excited to read these. I wanted to buy The Women, but they did not have a paperback. I don't think it's been released in paperback yet. So I just picked up these two to start. The next book I picked up is Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. Again, I saw this sticker and I was like, sold. This is like the perfect time for me to pick up the book. It's actually signed. I don't like it. Must be a tip in because it's like at the beginning. But I've heard nothing but fantastic things about this series. So I'm excited to get into it. The next book I got is Gothic Hannah by Runix. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I was hesitant in whether I should pick this up because it has purple sprayed edges, and I do not like paperbacks with sprayed edges. But I've been really wanting to read this book, and I've only have ever seen editions with the sprayed edges, so I just took one for the team and picked it up. But I'm very excited to get into this. I've heard really great things. Next, this I'm excited for. Boys with Sharp Teeth by Jenny Howell. This is a new release. This, I think, came out this month. Yeah, this month. I'm obsessed with this cover. This is such a beautiful book. So I wanted to pick this up, one for my bookshelves and two to give it a try. Very excited. I know nothing about it as per usual. Oh, and it has a white hardback. But I'm excited. Should be good. I then picked up Kiss of the Basilisk by Lindsay Straub. This was a split. So this was also originally indie published as Split or Swallow. But when the publishers picked it up, they renamed it to Kiss of the Basilisk. And I just saw, I believe Laura read this in one of her new YouTube videos, and she enjoyed it. It does have sprayed edges, which I feel like aren't that good. Like they're so muted. But I really want to read this, so I thought might as well just pick it up. I would love to get an edition without sprayed edges, but I want to read this sooner rather than later, so that'll do. Then I picked up the book of Azrael by Amber V. Nicole. I feel like everyone knows about this. This has the same pages as Metal Slinger, where it's like stark white. Like, I don't know why they do that. But yeah, I've heard really great things. So excited to pick that one up. Next is Zodiac Academy, book 1, The Awakening. I am so hyped to finally read this. I think I'm going to buddy read it with someone from work. They have really pretty chapter pages. Again, I feel like I've heard majority really good things about this. And Emmy read this on YouTube. I follow her. I'll link her channel and Laura's channel down below. I'm sure you all already know them. But she read this whole series in like a month and loved it. So I'm excited to give this one a try. And the last book, the one hardcover I got, I've become such a paperback girl, is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. This is the illustrated edition. So, which means there are illustrations found throughout the book. But I have always wanted to read Robin Hobb, especially this series. So when I saw this on the shelves, I had to pick it up. So I'm excited to read that. And those are all the books I bought. It's quite a lot. Let's see, 17 books. Just a little light book shopping. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys those quickly. And now for the rest of the day, I'm going to do some more reading for Onyx Storm and then cook dinner and just have like a really chill night. It's a dreary day. It was so nice yesterday in the city, but it got really cold and kind of yucky out. So I think what I'm going to first do is reorganize my TBR cart. It's kind of a mess, and I have one empty shelf that I can like better arrange these books. So let me do that, and then I'm going to do some reading. And then I feel like that'll be it for this weekend. This weekend really flew, and I've been trying to read more. I have been reading a little bit less as of recent just because I've been so busy. So I wanted to read majority of this weekend, and I think I've done a pretty good job of doing that. So yeah, let's put these books away and then move on with the rest of our day. I think I'm going to wrap up the video here. I'm going to spend the rest of the evening reading Onyx Storm. I have around 120 pages left. So I am going to try to finish this tonight before White Lotus. And yeah, that brings us to the end of the weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.